Welcome to another episode of Paranormal CPR. We're here again with Grandmaster Tom Cameron.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Nice to see you again.
Oh, hell, this is going to be great today.
Should be a lot of fun.
I see some people with you.
Yes.
Introduce them.
I have a couple of my students. Sean Keita, who's a second-degree black belt. Matt King, a second-degree black belt. Pat Sater, who's a blue belt with me. And Chris Covey, who's a green belt with me.
Okay, now last time you were on, we were talking about pressure points.
Yes.
Chi. People believing, not believing in the power of your particular martial art, and a lot of martial arts that have a lot to do with the chi and internal energy. So you're going to be doing some...
We're going to be doing some movements with the chi, some disabilities with the chi, and some actual knockouts.
Disabilities with the chi. That's what I like to hear.
There you go. Knockouts. We may even stop a lung or two. And
remember, I'm the host. You're not stopping nothing here, baby.
No, we're not going to stop anything on you, but we are going to use you for a couple of the experiments.
You're making me nervous, Tom.
Nah, don't be nervous. We'll stop the nervous system, too. So.
Okay, go ahead. Punch me where I'm not nervous. So what are we going to do?
Well, the first thing I want you to do is one of the things that a lot of the softer martial arts talks about is rooting, where you get in contact with the
Definitely
with the energy.
know about rooting.
Okay. So what I want you to do is come on over here, Sean, get in behind him. He's going to put his arm over the top of your shoulder.
Yes.
And I just want you to lift him off of the ground. That's all I want you to do. Okay. And bring him back down.
Just a simple lift.
Just a simple lift.
A
fireman's carry or whatever.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Keep your arm there. Now, just touch him on the small of his back, down in here. Project your energy through, and you'll find that he's become much heavier and almost impossible to move. Do you feel the difference in the weight?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now actually do the sound where you root into the ground, and you shouldn't be able to move him at all. He's going to
keep his fist in the small of my back, and I won't be able to move.
Okay. All he's going to do is use the tone oo, Q, which is going to connect him actually to the ground.
As I lift.
As you're lifting. Go ahead and do your tone.
A lot heavier.
A lot heavier.
Yeah.
We teach this to...
Good job, man.
Thanks, Sean. We teach this to little kids so that if they have like a stranger danger or somebody that's trying to pull them into a car, they can drop their energy and all of a sudden the guy's got a kid who's weighing 3 or 4.
What is the theory on that?
The idea is that everything in the world has energy. That's what feng shui is based on. That's what all of the martial arts are based on. And what you're doing is you're actually connecting to that energy. It's like a magnetic pull. You're rooting or connecting. You're making your link solid with the earth. So rather than just picking up the body, you're actually trying to pick up the earth that's surrounding the person. You're trying to actually lift that up. By the same token, you can create weakness in the person. That's what the touch is for. The touch allows us to negate whatever energy or whatever strength you have in your legs. We can do it with whatever body part we want. For example, put your arm straight out at the side, and don't let us push your arm down. Don't let me push it down. Good. Okay. Now go ahead, Matt. What I want you to do is just touch him on the pressure point on the shoulder. Now relax. Shake your arm out so they don't say it's getting weak.
Well,
okay.
Believe me.
Now, all he has to do is touch that pressure point. Now resist, and he won't be able to resist.
Do that again.
Okay. Okay. Now just touch it. And
unbelievable.
Okay. The tones, the sounds, the different portions of the arm. Like one of the things. Come here for a second, Chris. One of the things that police officers are taught, and sometimes incorrectly, come on the side over here, is to do an arm takedown, where they will hold your arm stiff so I don't hurt it, where they'll try to, and if they can't get the guy down, oh, well, the guy's too strong. The problem is that they're not catching the pressure point at the right spot. Thank you. This particular pressure point back here is a rub spot.
Right below, right by the elbow.
Right. I can hit it as much as I want, and he feels the concussion, but he doesn't really feel any pressure.
Okay.
If I rub it, I'm able to get him down. Okay.
Now, why don't cops do that? I know a lot of cops, and I don't understand why the hell they don't do stuff like that.
I don't either. I mean, the pressure point control tactics that they were taught actually comes out of the system that my instructor teaches out of. But in a lot of situations, the problem is that if they use the pressure points to a deleterious effect, to where a lung shuts down or whatever, now they've got lawsuits.
Right.
Not only that, if they put metal cuffs on, now they're hitting pressure points. So what may have been an uncomfortable takedown before now becomes lethal because I've added more points to it.
Right.
For example, come here. Okay, get behind him. Okay, lock your jaw. Now, if I tap him on the side of his jaw here, I can make it uncomfortable. I light him up. But if I catch this pressure point here and actually stroke it, now he's going to start, as you can see, he's going unconscious just by catching.
Now listen.
Yes.
He's going unconscious. Were you going unconscious? Was he going unconscious because of the pressure point or because of the touching of the jaw, then the pressure point?
Because of the combination, yes. Yes. And if this had been metal.
Where was the pressure point?
The pressure point is
you did that one
right here on the wrist.
All right already.
That's
You're lucky you're sweaty, you're slippery.
Yeah, there you go. But it's there on the wrist. That one controls the.
So it's like where? Is it
right, actually, where they would take the pulse.
Right here.
Right in there. Exactly.
Is that kind of the spot?
Yeah, that's the spot. That it's uncomfortable.
So if I did a little bam to your chin.
Yes.
Where? Like here?
Right there. You can actually feel a notch in the bone.
All right.
And you do a tap there.
So I do a little harder than that?
A little harder. Good. And then you catch the spot on the wrist, a little lower. There you go. Right there, right on the edge of the bone.
Right. And
yes.
That'll make you.
That starts sending the chi off.
Does.
Yes. Yeah, it does. I mean, you can actually, if they can't see it properly on the.
Damn it, do it.
Okay, lock your teeth
now
together.
listen to me. What's your name? Patrick. Catch me.
Okay. Okay.
You're an Amish guy. I don't know if I trust you or not.
Okay, lock your teeth together so we don't get any chipped teeth. But it's tap. Okay?
Oh yeah, well that almost knocked me out right there.
And then this. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Well, this is to bring you back.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have an Advil?
No. Fresh out.
Now, what I'm going to do before I pass out, I did feel that too, by the way. Whew. I am going to get out of here so you guys can.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid you're going to keep on beating me up. No, so I'm going to get off the stage so I can let you guys do it.
Okay.
Okay. That was cool, by the way. Going to your school.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime. Now, we teach basic types of techniques, first of all. For example, if somebody grabs hold of your wrist and you can't get out of it, that same pressure point that we used on Chuck to knock him out and on here, if you just tap it, it causes the person to be incapable of being able to make a fist anymore, so they can't come back and grab you. Now again, it works the same way. If I tap here and then come back and tap, he will start going out. Go ahead and wake him back up again. We teach the person how to use the pressure points that are on the body, and we start with the ones on the arm. There are pressure points on the top of the arm and here that control the ability to hold a fist. The ones on the bottom part of the arm teach how to control the wrist. So make a fist. Do not let me bend your wrist. Okay? I'm normally incapable of being able to bend his wrist. However, if I rub that pressure point, I can get the wrist to bend because that one controls the wrist. And now I'd be able to control the person and utilize this to put them into a position where I'm able to defend myself. The whole purpose of this is to teach people how to defend themselves. Martial arts is not a sport, never has been. The stuff that you see on UFC, the stuff that you see in Taekwondo, on the Olympics and such, those are sports. This is designed, martial arts by definition, is designed to teach people how to kill or how to defend themselves. So it uses techniques that you couldn't use in a sport because it's going to render the person very, very badly injured. We use not only pressure points, we use sound as well. If you have somebody who's coming up behind you, say they're coming up behind you underneath your arms. Okay? If they're holding the person this way, there's a pressure point on the hand. You knuckle it and rub. Now the hand is open, and it's very easy to be able to control the person. And from this point, if the person doesn't go down all the way, grab him. You tap, and the person will start going to sleep. Now, the ones that I'm showing are actually non-lethal points. We will be doing some of the more uncomfortable points later on, but these, for the most part, are ones that the attacker will be able to recover from without having any additional damage done to them. One of the things that we do teach is energy projection. You have to learn how to project the energy towards your attacker. One of the ways that we teach this is you have to learn how not to be afraid. You have to get used to having people punch you, punch at you, come at you. If you are startled every time somebody is punching or striking towards your face, you're actually pulling their energy towards you and helping the attacker. So you have to get used to, by repetition, get used to having somebody punch at you. That's part of the entire system of martial arts, is just the repetition of it, so that you become comfortable with the idea of having somebody attack you. And don't panic the minute that you have somebody going up into your face. It's like, no. You learn, oh, okay, this is just something that I'm going to have to do. Some technique that it's going to trigger in. If somebody is pushing me in the face, you learn how to manipulate the fingers. The easiest thing to do is to manipulate the fingers. You lock in, and now you're able to control the person fairly easily. You really can put him anywhere that you want to. What you do is you direct him by where the palm is. Wherever I place his palm is where he's going to go. Now, I'd really like you to come up. Thank you. It's very easy to control the person. And it takes no strength. Thank you. So that's one of the techniques that we teach the little kids, is how to manipulate the fingers to stay safe. We also teach the little kids how to get out of chokeholds. One of the things that people don't realize is you can only be choked if you're cooperative. Come here and choke me, Chris. Okay. If he's choked, no, a regular choke out on the street. Thank you. If somebody's choking you out on the street, you can just turn and walk away, because their thumbs can't hold on to you. One more time. Let's come over this way just a bit. Good. Choke. You can turn and walk away. But that leaves the attacker behind me. That's not a really good idea. So what we recommend is rather bring your arm up. He's choking. Now I bring my arm up. Now I've got him trapped. Now I can come back and actually manipulate the fingers to bring him where I'd like him to be. Down on the ground, bring him back up again. No, let's go down on the ground again. You can control it fairly easily. Thank you. Sound has a lot to do with it. When people started studying martial arts, they all heard the master's ki do the yell. They all thought, well, that's kind of silly. They didn't understand that there was an actual purpose behind it. Different sounds have different directions and control the way that the energy moves. For example, you two guys balance up with or support each other. You get in front. Okay. Actually, hold on to that, Pat. Okay, if I were to try and push these guys just with strength, brace up, I'm not going to be able to do that very effectively. However, if I use the correct tone, I'll have no problem moving them. One more time. Brace up. Don't let me move you. If I use the tone, I have no trouble moving them. What application does that have? It has the application that whatever I want him to do to get me free, I can get him to do. If I need him to come in, if he's choking me, and I need him to come in, I make the tone and get him to come in closer so that I'm able to do a strike, do a grasp, do a lock, hold the person, knock them out if I need to, do a sleeper, whatever it might be, in order to keep myself safe. One of the questions that I often get is, can you use this in a real fight? Well, I've been in security now for about a quarter of a century, and I've had to use it a number of times. It's worked consistently on everybody that I've had to use it on. It's allowed me to be able to teach not only my security guards how to stay safe, but myself as well, and to control the person that we're taking into custody without any issues at all, without ever having to injure them. I've had 4 occasions where I've had to use it in serious context, and in all of those cases, I didn't have any problem. 2 of the cases, the guys were high on PCP, where the cops had trouble controlling them, even using, at that time, PR-24s, the side handle batons. They couldn't even beat the guy down, but using the pressure points took away his ability to stand, and as a result made him easy to control. Now, one of the things that we've been known to do is just to touch pressure points. Now, these do not work on everybody. We do not recommend to use this for self-defense purposes. We use it as a demonstration to show that the chi really does exist and that the pressure points have an effect that people might not otherwise realize. Now, come here. Get behind him, please. Okay. I'm just going to touch him in 2 places and then project the energy through. Touch and touch. Okay. Get him down. Get him down. His legs are locked up. Okay. Get him back up and around. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see, if you're able to focus in close enough. You can see that his eyes are pretty well blown, that the pupils are pretty well shot. Okay, you can see that there's some sort of physiological effect going. Will that work as a placebo? No. You can have a placebo effect for various types of health issues. This can't be a placebo effect because the body will not react in a way that's going to be deleterious to itself. It's not going to self-damage or allow you to imagine yourself into a situation where you're going to damage yourself so sufficiently that this is going to be the effect. So it can't be a placebo effect. Now, one of the things that we'd like to teach is we like to teach the self-defense applications, but along with that, the healing and healthful applications as well. One of the things that I was taught as a way of preventing or correcting heart issues when we cause heart issues is how to reset the heart. Now, I cannot guarantee that this works because I've not had the opportunity to correct it on somebody who's had a heart attack. I have corrected it on actually both of those students when I've stopped their heart with using these techniques. But the way that it works is as follows. Sean, come on over and kneel down in front here, please.
Facing the screen?
Facing the screen. Okay. Now, the pressure point that controls the rhythm of the heart is right in here. If you were to outline the scapula, outline the shoulder blade, right in here, right at the very bottom of the tip of the shoulder blade is a pressure point, halfway between the bone and the spine. Right in here. And if you were to strike it with an upward motion and shake your hand or vibrate it as you're striking, it actually creates an electrical charge that will reset the heart. Now, this will work in cases even where the paramedics can't do a technique, because if the heart is flatline, even though all of the medical shows will show you if the guy's flatline, I'm going to get out the paddles and the heart's going to start back up again. It doesn't work that way. Ask any doctor, ask any paramedic. If the guy is flatline, you can't use the paddles. The paddles cannot work, okay? This will get his heart started even if he is completely flatline. So the person is going to be over. Ideally, he's going to be either in a chair, he may be on the floor, it doesn't really matter. But you strike in an upward fashion, and you hit fairly hard. And what he will tell you, stand up. Now, because his heart hadn't stopped at that point, he will still get the electrical jolt, though. And where did you feel the energy go? Straight up and into the heart,
yes.
around and up underneath the pec, and straight into the node that restarts the heart. Now, he will tell you it felt like an electrical charge.
Yes.
Was it painful or just felt like a shot of electricity?
It was just like a brush of adrenaline.
Okay. Okay. Is there any sustained effect as a result? I mean, is your heart pounding out of its chest or?
No.
Okay. Okay. So it's safe to use. I've been told that I can use this up to 3 times. Actually use the strike up to 3 times on any one particular person, and in the effort to try and restart the heart. We've had people in our system that have successfully done that. We've had people in our system that have actually restarted the heart of their son when he was at a baseball game. He got hit by a line drive, heart shut off as a result of it. She came running out of the stands, used this technique, and he was back up and playing baseball within 20 minutes. So it can be amazingly effective. Now, one of the other techniques, thanks, Pat. One of the other techniques that I've been taught for health is a point that supposedly brings people out of epilepsy, out of an epileptic seizure. I haven't, again, had the opportunity to use it, but I have a couple students whose children are epileptics, and they use this now on a regular basis. The pressure point is actually on the large intestine line as far as acupuncturists are concerned. And face the camera, and it's right there, directly underneath the nose. If you push up and in, this is one of the self-defense points. If somebody is choking you or grabbing you, if I put my knuckle here and rub, it'll push the person back. It's very uncomfortable. However, if the person is having a seizure, if I just push in and up and back and hold it, they will pop out of the seizure. I've been told one of my students up in here, push it as hard as you can. And generally the person will be laying on the floor, so you'll have the opportunity to use the floor as a brace to begin with. But I've been told by one of my students whose child has grand mal seizures that he's been able to get his son out of a grand mal seizure within 8 seconds. It's really quite a remarkable technique. Thanks. Now, people often say that, well, you're using a nerve striker, you're using this. Yes, all of that is true. The pressure points occur on a system of meridians, some of which are concurrent with the Western view of where the nervous system is. Some of them are not. Some of them don't exist on a nervous system chart in the way that we understand it. They exist as acupuncture points. One of the techniques that we use, and a lot of people have used this in fighting, where you'll see the person punch and then come back and do this. And we've been taught in martial arts for most of our careers, or most of us have been taught, that this is a block, that you're actually stopping a person from kicking. What's actually happening, Matt, come on over here, take your glasses off. Thank you. Punch. If I were to block, grab, the punch is not to him, the punch is to his arm. I hit it, come back and hit. I'm hitting the triple warmer point in here. One more time. Punch, block, punch, hit. And then this catches his kidney, and that will actually knock him out. One more time. We'll go for it now. Block, catch, here, here. And out they go. Now what he's doing right now is an energy restoration. He's bringing the chi back up into the body to allow his body to restore and resuscitate. If we had struck more than just those couple points, it can create death. That's where the term the death touch comes from. If you hit more than a few points concurrently, it causes body organs to shut down, and as a result, you okay? And as a result, it can become fatal very quickly. So, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
Are you about ready to have me knock you out?
No, but I've totally enjoyed watching your guys get knocked around. Now, what just happened there? Because I was in the background and I'm kind of watching the cameras and stuff. And
you want me to do it again? Actually,
don't do it again. But explain it. Okay. Because we only have a few minutes left, and I just want to explain.
Well, actually, what I was going to say is one of the unique things about this is that once the person has gone out, come here. If you catch any one more pressure point, it resets the system and they start going out again. Just with one pressure point. What happened is I attacked his lung. That's the initial hit.
No, here, lift it up.
The lung point.
Right here?
Right. Actually, as long as you're, that would be the lung point that I'm attacking.
So you did what there? Don't knock me out. I don't want to get knocked out.
I hit it. Okay. I punched.
All right.
I bend the arm, then I lock the arm straight.
Okay.
And that sets it up so that I can hit the kidney. This, as I said, is the lung. When I catch it in the back here, that's the triple warmer. That's the endocrine system, and then this is the bladder, and that's attacking three systems.
All right, so
causes the knockout.
Without hitting him.
Yes.
Go through the whole.
Sure. Punch.
Punch.
Block or parry.
Parry.
Catch.
Slide
strike,
in.
Here.
Tilt him out.
And slap. Okay. Palm strike.
Okay. How you feel, buddy? How is it having this guy as an instructor?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I know. He's a good guy.
So
you guys are concur? Do you agree with all this?
Exactly.
Huh? I didn't see you get knocked around too much. That's why he's saying exactly.
We don't pick on the puny guys.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
You want to do something about that comment?
No.
Hey, Tom, it's going to be great, man.
It's been a pleasure.
We got about another minute or so. Next time, you know what? If you guys want to come back, and we'll just do the same thing because you guys are great. Let's do some breaking.
Okay.
Just let me know what kind of bricks to get, and
yeah,
we'll pick up X amount of bricks, and
sounds like fun. It's his turn to start doing head breaks.
You can do head breaks? Have you done them yet?
Yes, I have.
Have you done them yet?
No.
Never?
Nope.
What have you done?
Hand.
How many?
Hand and feet. My best was a 10 brick palm.
10 brick? Oh, he's my idol now. How about you?
My best was.
Oh, here we go.
Bricks standing upright. Hit the first one and carry on through.
Almost like a free.
With a side kick.
Yes.
Almost like a side kick. Like I thought it was like a shuto or.
No.
It was just it was a side kick.
Yes.
Freestanding bricks.
Yes, they were standing parallel to the bricks, holding them up.
And he forgot to mention his were on fire when he did
Good job,
those.
man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Chuck,
Thomas?
pleasure as always.
Guys, thanks. Thank you, sir. And we're out of here. Thanks for watching. Mr. Thomas Cameron, Grandmaster in Palos Hills?
Palos Hills.
Okay,
Yes.
Palos Hills.
Palos Hills.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
was
It's
fun.
been a pleasure.